What's up, viewers? I'm Evan Sanford, and today I'm joined by Chase Glorfield and Karter Davis, and we are the Bronco Country Roundup. And it is week 0. Yeah. We have football to talk about, and it is exciting. And how much football did you guys watch this weekend, boys?
Every game that I could.
Yeah, that's how it was. I don't care, Sam Houston versus whoever. I'm watching it.
Yeah, I think that was the only game I couldn't watch because I couldn't get CBS, but I was able to get the Fresno game, the UNLV game, like all the major games of the weekend.
I had such a glorious Saturday morning because I got up, I got my pot of coffee going, 9 a.m. kickoff. I go into my still in progress man cave where I'm working on my Boise State foosball table.
Does it smell like spray paint? Did you get some fume
it
inhalation
smells
there?
Awful. Got a little high on paint fumes there.
Doesn't remember any of the games he watched.
Yeah. But had a great time. I was like, oh, this is just beautiful. This is a preview of the coming season. And just watching a terribly sloppy. How many fumbles were in the first half of that Iowa
amazing.
State game? Yeah, just glorious. And then Iowa State Iowa State won that game. Good for them. They're gonna be a weird Big 12 contender this year. I feel like I still have BYU winning that, running with freshman Bear Bachmeier.
Hey, the Bachmeiers like to start as freshmen, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
What'd you say, Karter?
Wearing number 47.
Wearing number 47.
Wait, is that what he's wearing?
Yeah, that's what Bear Bachmeier's number is. He's number 47.
That's like the number you give to a true freshman who's never going to see the field.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Oh no! I missed that.
Yep.
But yeah, no. Number 22 Iowa State beat number 17 Kansas State by a score of 24-21. Just in case you're living under a rock in Dublin, Ireland, it is weird to have a college football kickoff in Ireland, but I feel like that's a little bit better than the time where Cal played Hawaii in Sydney, Australia. Do you remember that game?
Yes, I do remember that.
That was a weird game.
I'm kind of okay with the game being in Ireland. I don't know why. It just adds to like another quirk of college football. Of just the very first game. Week 0 was always in Ireland.
Well, and that's what it is. Week 0 is just the weird quirkiness, right?
Exactly.
One, you get those neutral site big matchups and everything like that.
Well,
week 0 is just the funky stuff. It's
exactly. So it's to get the sickos like their kicks.
Yeah.
Well,
at least in Ireland and England and maybe a couple other European countries is actually like an appetite for American football. Yeah. I'm not saying it's their favorite sport in the world. Clearly not. But at least there's like some interest there. It's a novelty for them. So that's kind of cool. And then you get to see all the Guinness promotions. So
and I think it's fun for the fans. Like if Boise State ever went to Dublin or ever went to one of these games, I would go for sure.
Oh, I'm making like a 2-week trip out of that.
Yeah, I would make sure that I am there. So I think it's fun. I think it's quirky. So some people are like, the first game needs to be on American soil. It's like, I get like, if it's the NFL where one team is playing in London 3 times a year, like the Jaguars, that's a problem. But
it'll be fun to see the first game played on the moon or the Mars or something.
Right.
Can't wait for that.
All right, viewers. Well, real quick, we're gonna run through some of the week 1 action, week 0 action. I gotta get used to saying that. I'm gonna save the best for last, of course. But we saw Sam Houston and Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. What they post, like the hill was hungry or something like that, and they're like a horribly haunting meme. But they ate up Sam Houston, who is now in year 2, I believe, of making the jump. Or is it year 2 or year 3 from the FCS?
They were a pretty perennial power in FCS, so it's going to take them a little bit to get where they need to be. But
is it weird for me? Like 138 is too many
teams?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like it? Random side note: do you guys remember when Mike Sanford Jr. was the head coach at Western Kentucky for
I do,
like a season and a half or something?
I do.
And now he's rocking it in Colorado.
Yeah, I think he's a high school coach. I think he's coaching the Valor Christian team, and he also is doing a bunch of media stuff. He's kind of after moving his wife all over the country every year, it seemed. I think he's settled somewhere else.
Yeah, they had movers on retain.
Anyways,
first Mountain West game, I think we'll just do the snoozer, which I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of alarming to me. A little bit sad to me that Kansas absolutely steamrolled Fresno State.
Just took them to the woodshed.
Yeah, we talked about Fresno maybe having like a bit of a rebuild this year. Like, I think college football is better when Fresno's good, and hopefully they get better. But my goodness, that was
a traditional Fresno team would definitely. I don't know if they would have won, but it definitely would have had a better showing.
Would have been better. I mean, like I said last time, I don't know much about Fresno, so I didn't know what to think of them. But from inklings I heard on X, where people were like, "Oh, Entz is going to get it together. Like we're going to put up a fight," and they just look terrible. Like
talk about like Kansas just coming out as like just a wet noodle.
Yeah.
Well, and Kansas outside of the Mangione era or whatever, they've been booty.
Yeah,
just not a very good team. And now they're not terrible right now, but that was
a basketball
not a great showing for the Mountain West and Fresno State.
Like Fresno, please get your house in order. Like I want you to be almost as good as Boise State, but not as good as Boise State. So get it together. Moving on, I'm going to skip that one. That one's I'm going to laugh at that one. So we're going to talk about Stanford and Hawaii because the Rainbow Warriors had an awesome comeback going down 10-0. Stanford even got a safety. Looked like they might run away with it, but nope. Hawaii stuck in.
The best story of week 0, maybe the first part of the college football year with that kicker from Japan. Did you guys hear to see that story?
Yep. That the kick from
that
YouTube.
Stuff is awesome. I love seeing that.
And he said he was interviewed after the game. He said he was more nervous to do a live interview in English than he was kicking the field goal. Ice in his veins is what you love to hear.
It's funny because I'm not a very handy person. So when something is fixed at my house, I go to YouTube. I watch a video. I learn how to do it, and to see that's how we learn how to kick by watching YouTube videos. It's like he's one of us. He's a regular dude.
He gives me hope.
He gets it, yeah.
He gets it. Maybe I could do that.
I wasn't able to watch this game except for the field goal. So, I mean, good for him on making that. Good for Hawaii. But talk about a trash program the past few years. What is going on with Stanford? I mean,
that makes me sad. I know there's a lot of Boise State fans that disagree with me. I've kind of got into it on X, but Stanford is a program kind of root for. I like seeing the big academic schools do well, and I think that college football is better when Stanford is good, and they are just not. And so Andrew Luck is back. That's great. The memes are amazing. You've got that old time
Civil War general.
That one's always funny.
But what does GM of a college football team even do?
You know, honestly, I feel like it's almost like the owner of the team almost, because I'm pretty sure Andrew Luck is the only reason the head coach they have now was there. He was the first call that he made. I'm pretty sure Andrew Luck overlooks all of the spending and the recruiting.
It's
got to be that, and maybe
director.
or you're training maybe the equipment people when they come in and what to do, how to pack stuff in the truck, how to do the laundry properly. There's could be a lot of things a team manager does.
But basically it's are you saying it's like a second athletic director, but only for football?
From what I heard from the streaming is that Andrew Luck called the coach who is now their head coach and offered him the job. Now, I don't know if he had the discretion of the athletic director to do so. I don't know. All I know is that Andrew Luck is
I'm Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck
Twitter
is famous.
The reason that guy is there. So
straight up, Andrew Luck does not need this job. They need Andrew Luck more than Andrew Luck needs them.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I was just surprised that Stanford it's probably been on the schedule for a while, but they now have to travel to the opposite side of the country for a lot of their ACC games. It's like you guys in your miles you're putting under you this year is crazy. Yeah.
But I mean, good for them for sticking with it, because I'll truly be astounded if some of our Power 5 home games that we have the next few seasons are around when that season comes up.
Yeah.
So I mean, at least good for Stanford for sticking to their word. They lost, but better than just paying Hawaii money and playing some FCS team.
Well, and as we know, Hawaii is a weird place to play.
Very weird.
Week 0 makes it even weirder, and Stanford learned that.
Yeah,
I think.
no, there's a lot of venues. I saw it online. There's some discourse there where there's a lot of venues in the Mountain West that are not easy to go play. I think shout out to I think it was Nathan Carroll on Twitter who was like talking about that. And it's like I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. Like you got Wyoming, 7,000 feet. That's not an easy.
Laradice is the worst.
Laradice is awful. Yeah. Like then you have to roll into Hawaii. Like no. That is not an easy trip. That's not an easy place to play. There are a lot of places in the Mountain West that are not easy to play. Most of all, the blue.
I think getting rid of going to Laradice every other year is probably the best thing for Boise State in this Pac-12 move.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I don't get me wrong. I root for Wyoming when they're not playing us, but it's like, okay, I just want to keep them not playing us.
Did you guys see that? I think it was a post on, speaking of weird places to play, it was some random dude in the MAC from some random team. It said, like, congrats on your 5-star recruits. She's talking to, like, the SET teams. Meanwhile, the MAC is out here playing real football in front of 14 people on a raccoon on a Tuesday night during a blizzard. You ever seen a punter throw a touchdown to a long snapper where the scoreboard's on fire? Didn't think so. Like, this was phenomenal. So
I mean, honestly, that's why Maction is so great. It's just it's the polar opposite of SEC football, and that's just as good.
Yeah,
I'm so happy. We Tuesday night Maction is going to be a thing. Wednesday night Maction, and then you got Thursday night football, whether that's college or the NFL. You got Friday games, Saturday for college football, Sunday for the NFL.
Did you guys see Adam Schefter post about the preseason games, and everybody in the comments was telling him to shut up?
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, shut up! College football is on. No one cares.
Yeah, no, like the week 3 preseason games are real college football games. Like that was like. Those preseason games were hot garbage. So no. All right. Well, I saved the main event for last because my other alma mater, Idaho State, took on UNLV and Cody Hawkins, baby. Oh my goodness, almost pulled it off. They lose 38-31 in a kind of, you know what? It was like I guess they filled like the lower bowl of the the Raiders Stadium there. I am absolutely Allegiant. I nearly had a stroke there.
You know, if the Bengals had just a slightly better quarterback, or if he had a more composed day, they would have won.
He was side-arming some
lot of interceptions straight to Rebels.
Yes, especially the biggest one that I think of is when they were on the 2-yard line and then just floated an absolute duck to a defender. That could have been the tying score. So, like, Idaho State, to their credit, ran all over him, was passing all over him, was I think, the better team. UNLV looked like they were relying solely on talent. And when I say better team, I mean better as, like, you know, better working together, like a better overall team. UNLV was relying on their talent, their singular players. But I truly think Idaho State was the better team as a unit that game.
They have a scheme. They're going to be good in the Big Sky, but I'm not going to lie. There was, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, do we need to see Davis Harsin? Do we need to see Davis Harsin?
Yeah, I just don't see ISU's defense doing a ton. I mean, they're going to score some points, especially as that quarterback kind of settles in a little bit. But to me, with UNLV, it goes back to what Karter's been saying for the last few weeks is if you have to plug so many transfers into those spots, like these guys have never played together before. Yeah, your former 5-star recruit from 2021 who's on your 4th team.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
and I think
that's what we saw. Yeah,
that's exactly what we saw.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna lie, I really like the UNLV run defense. That just gave me the warm fuzzies.
That was beautiful to see, wasn't it? That Idaho State was making semi truck size holes.
Well, that and I mean, UNLV's running back. I don't remember his name. The running back. He's the only reason why they were in that game, why they won that game. They're running back.
Yeah, Jaden Thomas.
Jaden Thomas, that's his name.
I do really hope that they continue their 2-quarterback system.
I think Orgy's going to be second string, Calandra or whatever.
Hey, this is a family podcast, Karter.
That's what his name is.
I know. I had to say it. I know.
It's not my fault. But
Calandra or whatever it is, Eastern Michigan player.
Yeah, the former Michigan player.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the star of the show was the UNLV defense because, I mean, what the hell was that? It was terrible. Just terrible. Like every time that UNLV would score to take the lead, I'd be okay. This is it. That's the dagger. They're gonna figure it out, and then Idaho State would just drive again. It's like, I don't understand.
Would drive through a max size hole with no linebackers to fill in the gap. I mean,
and
it's just
Idaho State, great running back by the name of Brooks, I think last name. He was great. He was turning corners, making people miss. But I mean, he wasn't doing anything Sire Gaines can't do or Malik Sherrod can't do. And we're gonna have better offensive linemen. Like, obviously, this is week 0. And if you look back a year ago, Oregon barely beat Idaho. So, we can't put all of our chips into this game here. But
no, but the Schadenfreude is real.
It really is.
I just know that when I coach any sport, I'm coaching basketball this year, but I coached the highest levels of middle school football for a few years. I keep saying that. My favorite practice was always the first one right after your first game. Because you can hit each other for 3-4 weeks, however long it is. Then you go on the field, you play, and you're like, see, guys, this is what we've been talking about. Then you can fix things, you can correct things, you can work on things. And now everyone's kind of more on the same page. So, yes, it was not a great show or performance from UNLV, but I think they're going to gel a little bit more and work on some things
Probably
going forward.
They'll probably get better, but I mean, just as a Rebel fan, you have to be thinking like, what's going on here? Because people have been placing them in the playoff. People have been placing them as like the Mountain West champion. They're going to go into the playoff. They're going to go 11-1, beat Boise State at home and all this stuff. And you flounder against Idaho State. You almost lose your first game with your new head coach. It doesn't bode confidence.
So their schedule, it's an interesting one. Like, I think next week, that's going to be one.
Next week they have to go to Sam Houston.
Yep.
I've got
the schedule up in front of me. That Sam Houston, get checked out, because that really should be another softball. Like, no disrespect to Sam Houston, FCS powerhouse.
They should be better than Idaho State.
Should be better than Idaho State. That's the thing.
But
and
given the hype around this UNLV team, mostly coming out of Vegas and not a lot of other places, but if UNLV wants us to believe that they are who they think they are, then they need to absolutely spank Sam Houston. You need to come out and be a below average UCLA team. I don't care if they have the Big Ten moniker. That is like that. You got to beat them.
Truly, how they performed in Idaho State has, I think, completely changed their whole schedule. Because before that game, I would have said blown out Idaho State, blown out Sam Houston, giving UCLA a run for their money, blown out Miami, going into conference play. Now,
it's a huge question mark, right?
Now that you floundered against the FCS team, Sam Houston is FBS. The UCLA is Power 4. Miami of Ohio.
UCLA is one of those like low, like bottom feeder, like Power 4 teams, though, that you gotta knock them off. If you want, like, those are the teams that like we all wish that Boise State had on the schedule, so we could be like, hey, we just beat this power program. But like, really, like what's UCLA even like in the preseason rankings? They're in like the 60s or something. Like, they're probably right in the middle somewhere. If you want to be a playoff team, that's something that you have to win. I
think we're left with more question marks after watching UNLV than we had before.
Yeah.
Now, if UCLA is a top 25 team and UNLV drops that, if they acquit themselves well, then it's very much a case of like what Boise State had, where it becomes a quality loss. But I just don't think UCLA is that good.
I don't know enough about them, but I mean, just after
we'll see. I think we'll learn a lot more this next week from UNLV, UCLA. I think we'll learn a lot.
But UCLA is like their big opportunity, kind of like Notre Dame is ours, because then they got Miami of Ohio, who are a little bit on the not good side. You got Wyoming, Air Force. Then they've got us. We are the other big opportunity on the schedule, because then it's New Mexico, Colorado State, Utah State, Hawaii, and Nevada.
I mean, but they have to go to Laramie, and then they have to play Air Force, where that's a heavy run team.
Well,
and if that run defense doesn't get better,
two tricky weeks in a row at Laramie and then Air Force,
they go to Laradice on October 4th, though. So windy, yes. Snowy, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like I think one of you guys said, I think it was Chase that said, everything has a big question mark now. So that game next Friday is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
That's going to be like almost must-see TV, like just as like a hate watch, I think.
I think so, because I hate
Yep.
watched Idaho State. Then Idaho State kept in the game. So if Sam Houston can keep it going,
I wonder how often a team starts a season playing 2 orange-colored teams in a row, like UNLV is. Someone break down the sabermetrics of that.
Everybody has to go look at every schedule and figure this out.
Yeah, we need the stats on that. UNLV, that was terrible, and I love seeing it, and like gives me hope that maybe I'll have a reason to pay attention to the Big Sky this year. But anyways, moving on. Unless there's anything you guys want to talk about, a little more Schadenfreude or anything.
All right, we've beat that horse pretty well.
We beat it pretty well. I'm going to save the rest of it for how they perform with Sam Houston.
Yep.
All right, so depth charts. I think what I'll do is I'll do the offense first. I'm gonna just read it out for you guys, just narrate it, and then let it rip, boys. Sound good?
Yeah,
sounds good.
All right, so I'll start on the offensive line. At left tackle, you've got Cage Casey, and then Kyle Cox. You've got at left guard Tyler Knapp or Jason Steele. So that battle really isn't fully settled yet. Then you've got Jake Steele listed below. Then at center, Mason Randolph, followed by Zach Holmes. At right guard, you've got the Great Wall of New Mexico, Roger Carrion, and then Carson Rasmussen, the local product, second string there. Right tackle, we've got, and this is going to be kind of fun for us, you've got Dalen Matoyer or Hall Schmidt, and Dalen Matoyer has been a guy that we have been talking about probably since our very first podcast.
Shout out Dalen.
I want to see him.
We are big Dalen Matoyer fans. Not that we don't like Hall Schmidt. Hall Schmidt's from my neck of the woods out here in Washington, so absolutely rooting for him. And then this is like the first like little interesting tidbit here. At right tackle, you've got Alma Taleni being listed there underneath, and he is a freshman.
True freshman, not even the redshirt variety.
True freshman. Now, moving on real quick, and we're going to comment on all these, but running back, it's no surprise you've got Sire Gaines or Malik Sherrod. They're going to be a two-headed monster, and then I think that I am going to actually pause right here for a clarification because you got Dylan Riley there, and a lot of people were taking that to mean that he beat out Breezy Dubar for that spot. Breezy Dubar is dealing with injuries as being reported by the media. I fully expect that to change if he gets healthy. No critique on Dylan Riley. Take advantage of your opportunity. He's going to be an awesome running back for us.
I just don't think he's had the ability to compete enough to.
Yeah. I think Breezy
warrant whether or not he's on the depth chart.
Yeah. So this is don't read too much into it. Quarterback, kind of interesting here. You do have Maddox Madsen, but, we were hearing a lot about Caleb Annett, Max Cutforth, and then Max Cutforth firmly takes QB2. There is no or there, and we'll get to Caleb Annett later.
Yes, we will. Very interesting.
And then at tight end, the usual suspects, you got Matt Lauder, Matt Wagner. Both of them are going to play. Wide receiver they do XYZ. I don't know if this is XYZ. I'm reading it straight off the depth chart, but let's just say, don't quote me on this. We're going to go X. Hey, I could have the wrong letter. I could totally have the wrong letter here. It does not actually say. But we've got Chris Marshall and Quamante Williams Jr. He was the freshman that they brought, or not freshman, sorry. He's the wide receiver that they brought in from the transfer portal.
No, he's a true freshman. Quamante is.
I think the guy
Demetric Whitlock Jr. The other one is the
okay, yeah. My apologies.
Quamante's the big. I think he's like 6'4", but yeah.
Yeah, okay. My apologies. I totally had them flipped, so my bad. Then at wide receiver, let's go wide receiver Y position. You got Latrell Caples, then you've got Quentin Brown or Chase Penry. So that's kind of a fun one. Quentin Brown, the true freshman, is gonna get his shot, and I called my shot in our schedule prediction. Watch for him in the Notre Dame game.
Okay.
Then finally at Z, you've got Cameron Bates or the local product, Ben Ford, and then you've got Whitlock Jr., the transfer. So let's just talk about the offense. I can take a break from reading off names for a minute. Let's start with the offensive line. What do you boys think?
The ors kind of get me. I don't love working in two separate spots in game one, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I just wonder what the ors. Sorry, Evan. Like,
you're good.
Is it because they're equal and so they don't want one to feel bad because they didn't get the starting spot? But like, honestly, you're going to have one right tackle and he's going to play 95% of the game, barring a blowout. Like, the ors at the O line is weird to me.
It is weird to me. I don't want this to be like or is it almost like a Talon Green or Maddox situation, Maddox Madsen, where Talon starts one game, then Maddox plays the rest of it?
Yeah.
Or is it like you said, where they're trying to save somebody's feelings, or like, I don't know. I've heard that USF has a better D line, so I don't love our left guard and right tackle being workshopped in the first game.
Yeah.
No, but I do know, like, with these guys, it could mean more than one thing, because at least Jason Steele has some flexibility. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's played multiple positions during his career on the O-line. You have Hall Schmidt, who could plug in on either side. You got Kyle Cox, who could plug in for injuries. Carson Rasmussen came into Boise State, I believe, when he signed. He was a tackle. So
kind of a bit of an like good size for high school, but maybe a little undersized tackle.
Yeah. So you've got some flexibility on this line. These guys could plug in elsewhere, whether it be for like fatigue in the 91-degree heat in Florida, or if there are injuries. I do feel like this depth chart is a little bit deceiving. Like, it's just showing like who is where right now, but it's always in flux.
I think you make a good point about the heat and the humidity. It may be we kind of want to keep some of these guys fresh. I will say, because of last year's health issues with some of the offensive linemen, there's a lot of experience on that depth chart.
Yeah,
there is.
I mentioned this before we started, but the Alma Taleni, the right tackle, a true freshman on the O-line depth chart, always worries me a little bit. But then Evan made a great point: is they could probably just slide Kyle Cox over there if they absolutely had to. I don't know what it would take to get us to Taleni out there playing.
I don't think it's I think it's a misleading representation of how the offensive line would go, because like I said, you got even Tyler Knath played multiple positions just last year alone, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but Jason Steele as well. Like, you've got guys who have shifted around, where they will shift the guy with experience and plug him in before. And this is no knock on Alma Taleni. He made the depth chart. Congrats. But they're going to plug in a guy with a little bit more experience at that position before they do a true freshman.
Yeah. Taleni,
he's a redshirt freshman. He's actually from Utah. He transfers from Utah.
Taleni? I was looking at him. Hold on. Where's he at? He's a big boy. He's 6'7", 297. Oh, he has a red shirt. Came from Australia and then Utah and then to that JUCO and then transferred to Boise State. So,
whatever.
Yeah. No,
you're right.
It's interesting.
Okay, I take back my comment. He is not a true freshman. He is a red shirt.
Every once in a while.
It's a little bit better.
You know what? Every once in a while, we are allowed to get a small, minute detail wrong.
It happens.
We're not getting paid to do this. If it pisses you off, that's on you.
Exactly.
Honestly, I could not have said that any better myself. So, all right. How you guys feel about? I mean, the running back room. We all kind of talked about that. You see Dylan Riley there. Dylan Riley's going to be great, but I think like that's when Breezy gets healthy, you might see him a little bit more. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. We just don't know. We've got like a four-headed monster, and then you've got Greg Ard.
Well, if you look too, not to interrupt you here, Evan, but Malik Sherrod is also the return man for kicks and punts.
Yeah.
So he's going to be busy if he's doing that.
He might be tired.
And then trotting back out there to take the first snap of the offensive possession, you know.
So maybe that's probably the or Sire Gaines probably starts it up. Malik comes in to replenish him after. Yeah.
Yep.
I genuinely feel that this is going to be like a multi-headed monster. I say multi because I don't know how many heads it's going to have, but this could be a multi-headed monster in the running back room. Is any one of these guys as good as Ashton Genty was? It's really, I think it'd be really arrogant to say like yes. So like we're just going to say no, but we replace it in the aggregate.
I keep seeing even national media people. Hey, remember the name Sire Gaines. Keep an eye on on
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
If he can stay healthy, I don't think anyone's going to be the generational talent that Ashton Genty was that we saw this last year, but I think he's going to be very, very good.
But they don't
honestly,
have to
I
be.
hope. No, I just hope Greygard redshirts. Like, I'd rather him save a year, gain experience, not try to fight on the field when Malik will be gone next year. Pretty sure Sire Gaines will be a junior. Like, his time's coming.
Yeah. So. Oh, yeah. All he has to do, hit both him and Breezy. All they have to do is like just be patient. For Breezy, it's rehab your body. For Greg, it's like train your body, build up that body armor, learn the system, and then just come back next year and go kill it.
Yeah.
There's going to be more opportunities for these guys. It doesn't all have to be right now. Now moving on, Max Cutforth, he's the lefty, right?
I don't really know much about him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's the left-handed quarterback, I think. That's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie. Just every time Maddox Madsen pulls to run, or every time he gets sacked, I might have a heart attack this year. I'm sorry, Max Cutforth. He hasn't played at all. Neither has Annette, and we're trying to make a playoff.
Yeah.
And then that's it. We have 3 quarterbacks that are scholarship at least. And it's ooh. Yeah. So Maddox, just do me a favor and don't get hurt, please.
Let's see. Where's this
please.
Max? God, how long is this?
Moving on, tight end. That was exactly. Yeah.
The Mats.
Yeah.
But then wide receiver, how you guys feel about that?
I am stoked about Cameron Bates. I know we saw him a little bit last year, kind of on the end around situation, but now he gets a chance to start Z. Z's the guy that they send down the field to take the top off of defense. So he's got some speed. We know that. I'm excited to see what he can do in that.
Now, I don't know what the measurements are on Whitlock, but what all of these guys have in common between Bates, Caples, Marshall, Quentin Brown, Penry are small and fast.
Yeah.
Quamante Williams Jr. adds the body that we really need. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about seeing a true freshman get on the field that early, but we need that size. So if he can just go in and be Matt Miller's Matt Miller, that would be great.
See, Quamante 6'5", 190, so he's a little on the slight side, but 6'5", man. And Quentin's 5'8". Demetric Whitlock, you're asking, is 6 foot 185. So pretty good size there.
And in a room that needs it.
Yeah. I'm okay with freshmen for the wide receiver because that needs immediate help. Yeah.
I like this front 3. Even Ben Ford has shown that he can hang at this level. So
he caught a tough pass in the Fiesta Bowl. I remember
he did.
That was tough. And Quentin Brown, I'm excited about that. The wide receiver, I think Boise State uses to come more like slot receivers. And he reminds me a lot of SWR, Shane Williams Rhodes, kind of that shorter, shifty, tricky, wiggly, greasy, get through tackle sort of.
I'm
receiver.
Just wondering, what's the deal with Chase Penry?
I think he's a good depth guy.
He's had some injuries. I think when he came over from Colorado, it was just we don't really know what we're getting from him.
Yeah.
I think he's just been inconsistent.
When I've seen, maybe not as crisp with his routes, but it's always seemed like he had good hands when he was in. I genuinely don't know. And I'm a little bit surprised to see him there. What year is this his final year of eligibility?
I think so. I think this is sixth year or something. I think this is it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he was one of the ones that we didn't know if he was coming back or not last year because I think he had that COVID year he could still use.
I was expecting to see Cam Bates or Chase Penry. Not gonna lie.
Well, and no one's thought about it, but Chris Marshall, if he can live up to that potential that he had coming out of high school. He's instant all Mountain West receiver. If he can keep that consistent,
for sure.
If he can be half the guy he was,
all the talent in the world, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is year 2. Chris Marshall. A lot of people didn't know what to expect with this. Now he was hurt for a lot of the season last year, but did Chris make the best chance to really, on his last chance, the best choice for him and his family, and come to a quieter program in Boise and really learn and commit to the blue collar mentality? Did he? We're going to find out, because he's now been here for over a year, and so far so good.
Yeah, everything I've heard is that he's going to have a huge season. So
yeah, coaches are excited about him. So
yeah, I'm excited to see what happens on Thursday. I've seen the videos of Maddox Madsen dropping dimes to him. Like, it's going to be fun. Now, I think we're ready to move on to the defense. How are you guys?
We are. Absolutely.
Yep,
All right. His defense is where things get a little bit interesting. We've got some new names here. I might need a little help on some pronunciations. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going to be of any help.
So, Chase, I might tag you in. But defensive end, Max Stieg from Germany. Right?
We love us some Germans.
Love German. Best beer. Go him.
Yeah, I am excited about this one. First, I almost brain farted where he was from for a second there. But then you got the Idaho transfer, Malachi Williams.
Yeah, Malachi Williams. Yeah, sorry, keep going. We'll talk.
Oh yeah,
more.
you're good.
Yeah.
Let me I'll just read off the names and then we'll talk. So nose tackle. This is an interesting one. You got David Latu or Dion Washington, the BYU and the Hawaii transfer, ahead of Lopez Sanusi, our Irish product. Defensive tackle Braxton Feely returns. He's ahead of Michael Madry or Keanu Mailaloto. How'd I do, Chase?
Pretty good. I'm actually looking it up right now just because I think where's he at? Come on.
And then edge rusher. This is a fun one. You got Jaden Virgin Morgan, and then behind him, it's our true freshman Bull, who had a awesome camp. Our former co-host here at the podcast, Chris, he's now over at 24/7. He was hyping up Bull all off season, and now you can see why. Like, that is pretty awesome. You've got Bull or Sterling Lane II. He's the Arizona transfer, so that's an interesting development there. Linebacker, we've got Jake Ripp or Clay Martineau. I was wondering who would win that battle. Looks like Jake Ripp, who I believe is
a good battle.
That's a great battle. Both of those guys are wildly talented. I believe Jake Ripp, and correct me if I'm wrong on this one, he has 1 year of seniority over Clay Martineau. So 1 year longer in the system. Then, to no one's surprise, you've got Marco Notriani over Bone Phelps. Bone Phelps apparently also had a big offseason. Then we get into the secondary. At nickel, you've got Devon Banks, or Jaden Mickey, the Notre Dame transfer. Devon Banks, of course, came to us from the University of Washington. He did have a little bit of a rougher season last year. They moved
Turn your head.
They moved him to his more natural position. And from everything that we've heard, this battle has been like a really good. It's just been a really good battle because both guys look like they can start. So this is a fun one. And then you get to see Arthur DeBroach making an appearance on the depth chart. So that's a fun one as well. I think I'm going to like this next
one. Is he Dutch, right?
Yeah.
Another of those European guys.
We're getting these guys from the NFL Academy, and they're cracking the depth chart. This is kind of fun. We've got literally the United Nations on defense. It's going to be like the UN peacekeepers assemble or something like that. So Amarian McCoy is now ahead of Franklin Johnson Jr. He's a guy that I think I've been hearing about for the past year or two, with I think specifically just how fast he is. Like, that's going to be a fun one. Like, I don't know how much he will see the field this year being behind McCoy, but I imagine he's going to get on at some point, and that's going to be fun to watch. Then you got Ty Benefield. And behind Ty Benefield, you got Travis Anderson or Cole Miller, and this, of course, is at the free safety position. Travis Anderson, another guy that we've heard the coaches rave about, apparently a real ball hawk. That's good. Like, the reinforcements are coming. Like, Boise State we're going to lose some guys this offseason, but reinforcements are right there, and it's fun to see. Then, of course, you've got Zion Washington. We're moving over at the other safety position, Zion Washington, Derek Ganter Jr., or I gotta lean in to see this. I'm getting old. Samuel Brooks. Then
another transfer there. Yeah.
Another transfer, and I'm almost done. Feels like I've been talking nonstop here. The other corner position, you've got Jeremiah Irby, and then of course you got Demetrius Freeney or Sherrod Smith, and that's a lot of names. Okay,
Yeah.
Take it away, boys. What stands out to you?
A lot of oars. I'm looking through this, and
doesn't surprise me at nose tackle, David Latu.
Yeah,
or
the
Deion
D line,
Washington.
the D line doesn't surprise me at all. Some of the defensive backs too. I mean, you have guys that have been there a long time. Those starting four have been playing football for a long time. And I'm intrigued by. I mentioned in the last podcast, I think Derek Ganter Jr., the Eastern Washington transfer, former FCS freshman All-American. So it's intriguing that he's out there. Again, it could be with the oars and the depth chart, maybe. With the heat and the humidity, we're going to rotate a lot of guys in. So these oars are just to kind of keep
honestly that was my very, very first point, going back kind of like what you and I talked about with the offensive line there, is that these oars, this really is more of it's showing what the rotation is going to be, because these guys aren't going to be out there for every single snap at a time. So this is going to be what the rotation, it's David Latu or Deion Washington. They're going to rotate these guys out.
Max fresh beef in the middle is always a good plan.
Yeah, like Max Stieg, he's going to come out, and then Malachi Williams is right there. Yeah. Braxton Feely. I'm interested to see whether it's Michael Madry or Keanu Mailoloto. I'm wondering how the oars that you've got in that second string. Yeah. That's what I'm more curious about. Bull or Sterling Lane.
Does the D line have
dependable
depth?
Sorry, I had to do it.
No, it's the key thing to all football teams is depth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like, that's what I'm really curious on, is like we've got these names in the nice bold print for their first string. We know it's going to be a rotation, but it's the oars that are in that second string. Like, how does that work? Are they just throwing names on of some of the younger guys to like, hey, you've cracked the depth chart, like, congratulations, but you're also not going to play. Yeah. So what are we looking at here? And we're not going to know really until USF, but it's still fun to see. Like, I'm going to say it again. Reinforcements are coming on the defense. Like, next season, we're going to reload really well, assuming we retain our talent here.
Yeah.
But which, I mean, with Spencer Danielson and company, that's been pretty good.
If he was able to keep Ashton Genty, I think he can keep anybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Braxton Feely came back. We talked about that last time, but I'm intrigued by the other thing. To answer your question, Jake Ripp's a redshirt junior and Martineau's a true sophomore.
Okay.
So 2 years of difference in like experience. But I'm also looking at Bull. Edge is one of those positions where not a lot of true freshmen get to break in and make an impact. So the fact that he's there is impressive, I think.
I think so too.
Very impressive. Like, I think if there's any one of these like young kids with the OR designation that's going to see the field, I do think it's going to be Bull. Like, just seeing like the little clips of practice, like, he is really killing it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun to see, and it's going to be just a fun name to say.
Great name, Bull. Yeah, the Devon Banks, Jaden McEwen, sorry here. I wonder, I don't know, how short of a leash Devon Banks has. Or if the pass is in the past and we're ready to move on. Because Mickey's got a lot of talent too. So I don't know. We'll see.
Absolutely.
And again, everything about this battle has been positive. Devon Banks has been looking really good. Jaden Mickey's been looking really good.
Yeah,
Devon Banks is switching positions, but he has more time in the current system versus Jaden Mickey, who comes over. Like, who's got the edge? If it's that close, like, this is a good battle.
Yeah, we'll learn a lot about both sides of the ball here this first game, I think.
Exactly, especially the type of quarterback that they have. Like, that secondary is going to be tested, and we're going to figure out those oars pretty quickly, I bet.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I feel like with a week one opponent, and we're going to get into this, but with a week one opponent like USF, that I feel like they're counting on that. like, was it the cream will rise to the top or something like that?
Yeah.
They are counting on that. So these battles aren't necessarily over. I certainly hope that they have a plan for how they're going to implement everything. It's going to be like a rotational thing, and they've got their number ones in mind, but then it's like kind of a, I guess we'll see.
Yep.
You guys ready? Special teams?
Yep.
Here we go.
The source of many of my nightmares. All right, well, here we go. So Colton Boomer wins the job. That I'm not sure if that's a good thing. He was injured for most of camp, comes back, and is named the starter. Is that because he just came and boomed a bunch of kicks, pun intended? Or is it because Kanan Moore and Jarrett Reeser just couldn't hit a kick?
I heard reports on like the first practice Boomer was back. He hit 4 field goals at like 40 to 45 yards.
Yeah, he looked.
So I mean,
looks good when healthy. He's looked really good from everything.
Yeah, So I think he was always going to be the starter, but they put that "or" there at the bottom because maybe if Boomer's hurt, they're like, okay, we got to figure something else out here. But my assumption was that it was always going to be Colton Boomer.
Yeah, so I mean, I certainly hope it pans out really well. He got that kind of interesting NIL sponsorship they posted on Twitter. That's kind of fun.
I didn't see what did it get.
It was from. I'm actually going to look it up real quick just so I don't get it wrong. But it's really unique. I thought it was for a prosthetics company. let me make sure I don't have this wrong.
Take your time.
Yeah, here we go. So it is, Arthrex. It's kind of interesting. They make braces. That's what they do. It's not a prosthetic company. So it's the kind of the first like college athlete getting sponsored by a company that makes braces.
Free money.
Yeah. Hey, no, that's interesting. Just kind of a new one. Normally it's trucks. So
yeah.
All right, moving on. You've got Oscar Doyle wins the punting job. I do hear it was a really ferocious battle between him and Caleb Annett. And yeah, you heard that right.
I have thoughts, but I'll wait till you finish.
Caleb Annett, our third string quarterback, is also our backup punter. And I'm not sure if this is a good thing or if I need to be like terrified. I feel like I'm Ralph Wiggum on the bus, like I'm in danger.
I definitely opens up some cool stuff for trick plays.
I really hope that's why it's there.
I wonder if that's why it's there, just so that freaking USF has to prepare for that.
Maybe he is actually just not that bad of a kicker, and then they're like, hey, also we could do some.
It's like plays. The middle school teams I coached. Our quarterback was usually also the punter. So
exactly, yeah. So it's like hey, you can kick, and if we ever want to do a quick little toss, like we have somebody that can do it.
Yeah, I really hope they're just playing 3D chess on this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, yeah. So that was a interesting sight there. Long snapper, you got Mason Hutton returning as the long snapper. He's going to be
one of the
really
best
good
long
for us.
snappers in the damn country.
Yeah,
he's on the watch list.
However you win that award, I don't know, but he's going to do it.
I was trying to find a way to like compliment how long and clean his snaps are, but
yeah.
I
don't know. Keep talking about how long and
I know
how long and maybe hard those throws are from him. You think? Because I bet he gets it back there fast, doesn't he?
First the Alec Orgy comment.
I bet whatever he's throwing between his legs gets back there fast. I bet it does.
This is how we
maybe that's how they win the award. Is just how fast you can throw that thing back there. I don't know.
I'm dying right now.
Anyway, it's good for Mason.
Well,
good job winning.
Yeah,
the job.
Jokes write themselves.
Well, don't you worry because Boise State is going to reload at the long snapping position because the future of Hunter Higham is bright. He is the up and coming long snapper for the team, and I know nothing about him. But and then holder. This you know what? This is actually really important because the holding position we've got Oscar Doyle. He's the punter. He's going to be holding Colton Boomer's kicks.
Or Cole Miller.
And then we have a backup holder. Cole, how do you know, like, what? I don't know. You're a college athlete. You go, or you're a college football player. You go to a party or whatnot, and they're like, "Oh, what position do you play?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm second string on the depth chart." Yeah, but what position? I'm the second string holder.
He's also the second string free safety with the or. So
okay,
there we go. Okay.
Safety, yeah.
Yes.
There we go. I'm the backup holder.
Not good enough at holding to be first string.
Juggled some balls. They didn't like it. Anyways, good depth chart. Good depth chart. Good time.
I'm just gonna round this out. Kick returns are gonna be done by Malik Sherrod, and then you've got Dylan Riley or Cameron Bates after that. Punt returns are gonna be also done by Malik Sherrod, and then you have Latrell Caples, who has been actually pretty darn good for us on punt returns. I just really don't want to see Latrell Caples there because we need him at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, I hate your starting receivers returning punts. That worries me.
Yeah,
always does.
And you've got like one of your top running backs who's going to be doing all the returning. I don't love it, but I feel, if they really are elite and we're trying to make some magic happen in special teams, which I think is a mistake. Just please be mediocre. That's all they have to do is be mediocre. And I won't have nightmares. But if they're trying to make some magic happen on special teams, then it's probably the way to do it is get your most talented guys out there and get them the ball. So I hate it, but I can understand it. All right. Well, that kind of... Yeah, we'll segue out of that into USF. All right, game's on Thursday. Let me just double check the time because I think it's an early one. So
it's like people are still getting off work time, I think.
Yeah. Well,
it's at 3:30. I'm going to be at work.
Or at work.
Yeah, so it's at 2:30 for me. I had to double check that because for a second I thought I was thinking it was at 1:30. And I work 4/10s, and my day off is on Thursday. So my happy little butt's going to be on the couch in my Bronco jersey just watching the game while you suckers are at work. So that's good.
I'll get back in time to watch most of it.
I will be blowing up the group chat while you guys can't do anything about it. So captive audience, that'll be great.
Karter, was it you who made a comment about USF wearing black jerseys at home for this game?
That was multiple people, but yes, that was one of my
the hottest part of the day.
At 5 p.m. Yeah, I believe. Let me pull up my exact tweet because I think it's pretty crazy that they've decided to do this. So yes, I said it's supposed to be a high of 91 in Tampa on Thursday, all black at 5 p.m. and 90-degree heat. Doesn't sound like a great decision. So I don't know what they're doing. I mean, one person was like, "It's going to be hot no matter what." It's like, I guess, but I would also like to be wearing all white or majority white than all black.
Yeah.
So
I'm also intrigued by like what the team's done to prepare for like rain delays and stoppages, and because it is hurricane season, and as we know,
well, the Broncos practice.
That's what I'm saying. Like they've been practicing, working on that. That's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's like all black with what conditions they're gonna be in. I'm just all I can help but wonder is if their coach is just a big dumb. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Dumb. You're not making it any easier. At least wear green. Like, yeah,
it's interesting.
Dumb. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's your first game of the season at home. Like, you're like, you pull out the alternate jerseys later in the year. Like, I'm sorry. This guy's just annoying me. He's like, I don't even know who their head coach is. Just big dumb.
Big dumb.
What are you doing?
With you.
Like, we better be wearing all white, or like, okay, white with like maybe a little bit of blue in there. Blue's fine, but like preferably the stormtrooper look.
Yep.
Every little like thing that you can do to like make the guys like maybe not as like unbearably uncomfortable, that'd be great. Yeah, no. He's gonna that's how you put some kids in the hospital.
Yeah.
Big dumb. Anyways. That's what Willie Taggart did to those Oregon kids in like
sadly.
Yeah, like he hospitalized a bunch of players with rhabdomyolysis in like 2017 or something like that.
The head coach's name is Alex Golesh.
Yeah, big dumb.
There we go.
Yeah.
Please direct all complaints to him.
Yeah.
Please, yes.
He was born in Moscow, Russia, by the way.
Sounds like a communist.
Carter's on one today. I love it.
Just saying.
All right. I think now that we've brought up communism and big dumbs, I think we're probably about ready to be done. That brings us to the end of this week's podcast. Now, just real quick, please share your thoughts on the depth chart in the comment section. And if there's anyone else out there who just really appreciates Chase's work, keep commenting. Chase got a love letter last week, and it was very flattering.
That was funny. That was great. That was great.
But then also one last little thing is that we are going to be doing some live streams. We discussed it amongst ourselves, and we think we're going to do halftime live streams. We won't have one for this first game here, just because I'm literally the only one who can actually watch it. And it would just be me sitting here twiddling my thumbs and reading internet. No. We need at least two of us. So moving forward, we're going to do halftime live streams. Home games, Carter's going to be there, so it'll just be Chase and I. And then away games, all three of us can pop on.
Yes.
So that's the plan moving forward. So put it on your calendars, join in on the fun, and come either rant or revel with us. So,
absolutely.
Get into arguments with us.
It'll be something either way. Yep.
Either way. So anyways, we are finally at the end of this week's podcast. I do hope you enjoyed, and welcome back to football. And finally, go Broncos. Good night.